I had a dream yesterday, a kind of a vision, you could say, because I was awake and then I woke up thinking about it. But before that, I would like to educate you, as I was this morning, of this word yield. Yield. After all these years, I'm still learning. I thought the spelling was Y-E-I, but it's Y-I-E-L-D. Yes, I'm still using my old pocket Oxford dictionary. I love it. Produce or provide a natural or industrial product. 1. 2. Produce a result or gain. 3. Give way to demands or pressure. 4. Give up possession of. Give way under force or pressure. And all these wonderful meanings of the word yield. Y-I-E-L-D. There is always a threat to a mistake where words come with E and I, isn't it? But it's easy to remember. We remember one thing and then the other thing comes through. Even with receive and believe. It's funny because these words are all connected to the topic that we're on today. So I have this pattern to remember the spellings of one of the words. Either memorize receive, which is EI, believe, which is IE. So again, this morning I'm here triggered by a dream yesterday. So receive it and believe that there is wisdom within all of us. Each one can be inspired by it and then apply it in their own lives. Again, there is no do this or do that, or there is absolutely no rules here, because the whole concept of this journey is to be free. Because when we're free, then we have that space to be able to think and understand. So now coming back to the dream, what happened was, the forms that are used to give a message, it's not very important, but the message is the twos again and again and again. There is, on one side there is a different kind of attitude, intention happening, and there is on this other side a different kind of attitude and intention. So there were two friends. One was supposed to drive somewhere. I think it was California, I don't know. It's funny, you can go anywhere in your dreams. And I am there in the spirit, and then I'm telling, giving instructions or guidance per se. That number one, let's call it number one energy. So she's driving on the road and there is a big bus coming. And I said, I can't really remember clearly if I was in the car or I don't know. I was just there and they all around talking and speaking. So there was a big bus coming. So in the US, there is you have to give right of way to the bus because they're huge, very, very huge. So we don't really meddle with things that are bigger than us or more powerful than us. This one time I was driving to my office from my house. It was just a very short distance. I could go in the bus, but I had a car, so I would just drive 10 minutes from my house to my apartment to the office in Santa Clara. So there were two ways to do it. There was one, again, see, everything I say has a meaning behind it. if you just take a little space and think about it, something will hit you somewhere. We've lived all this life, we've experienced so many things. So there is one expressway that takes a little bit longer, like 10 minutes, which is a little slower, the speed is a little slower, and the other way is to take the freeway. But the freeway, that if I take the freeway, I have to take the exit, right? The first exit after I get on the freeway to get to my office. That takes, of course, takes a little shorter time, like 5 minutes. So I tried both, this one time I decided to take the freeway. As soon as you hit the road, you merge onto the freeway, pick up your speed, and then you get onto the main lane. So for me, I had to, the space between me taking the exit, getting on the lane, and then immediately taking the next exit to my work, it was very, very short. And this one time I drive well, I love driving, love the roads there and the rules and everything. What happened, all of a sudden a big bus came by on the right side. The buses usually go on the right lanes. Now I am panicking because I don't have the time to take my exit. I'm putting the indicator, but the bus is not letting me and it's huge. So I am putting the indicator, he's not letting me come on the right lane. And that kind of, it was a little sticky situation where the bus was merging on this side and I had to take the exit and there was no space. I can't remember whether I took the exit or I took the next exit and came back, but it was a panicky situation. And when I was taking the right lane, the bus would not stop. So I realized if I continue, it's going to be an accident. I realized that, and I came back onto my my lane and I let the bus go, and then I moved on. It was a good lesson, thinking about it now. So then from then I realized that it's not worth it for me to take the freeway to save that 5 minutes, because it's so hard to take the next exit right away. So then I started taking the express lane, which is a little bit slower, takes just a little bit longer, and it was a little more easier and less stressful. I did that, I made that decision. So here coming back to the dream, the bus was coming and I said, let the bus go and then we will merge into the lane. She didn't listen. There was aggressive energy, a little bit of adamant rebellion, not letting go, not yielding, and she took off. Oh, I remember now, I was actually following in another car, I think. So I was behind, I let the bus go, now I am behind, now I can't follow. So something like that happened in the dream. So then there was this other friend, set number 2, I'm talking about it and I'm starting to preach and giving this teaching, saying, on some roads there is a yield sign. There are some exits where you have to stop, you have to let the cars go by, yield to them, and then when there is a space, come on to the road and merge with the other traffic. See, every little teaching, if we look into it, it's right there in our lives. For each one, it's a unique masterpiece, a unique story. We take from it what we need depending on what's happening in our life. So I'll do my best to express what was taught to me in the dream while I was talking. It's very difficult when you come back to this world to remember and to say these words exactly how it happened. in that realm, the words and the wisdom that comes, it's so beautiful. And you wake up with the memory of those words, YIELD, yield. So sometimes in life, someone has to yield. If everyone is fighting to take over or not let the other person go or not let something happen, it's a attitude, isn't it? You have a kind heart, you're compassionate, you don't mind, you're not all the time waiting in that edge to fight or create conflicts. So everybody has to do the work, isn't it? We are all in a one team here, and the team's name is life. Isn't it? We all have to play the role wherever we are, so accidents don't happen, isn't it? Not quite sure what the world is becoming and getting into with all the high technology and all. I'm aware that in California, I saw some video, they have a driverless cars now along with the drivers. So you can never really depend on anything that is automatic, or life's not like that. Life is a very spontaneous, natural, organic flow of the spirit and the breath. It's not confined or defined in a very, very tight a box. One has to be a little bit flexible, be able to move here and there. And this work actually teaches you that in the body itself. We are on this series of the work now, so there's going to be all kinds of sessions and lessons as it goes along. Like I said, it's very, very spontaneous, but it is connected and related. So yes, this work did begin in my body, and wow, the lessons I learned and still learning in all the details of what we are really made of, what we can become, how it can change. It's beautiful. So we perceive what is outside of us the same way, how we have a relationship within ourselves with whatever, starting from the body. Then the mind starts to disintegrate and come back together the way it needs to be, who you really are. So on the journey, a lot of things happens. It's like on the job training, practical life. It's not like you sit in a room, take all the sessions and then come back, and no, it's an ongoing thing. You take off from where you left off, you deal with whatever comes, like that. So people out there, who have created a mindset that gets mad about things changing, or you won't let go, or you won't yield, all that, it's not true. It's not who we are. Just take some space and think about it. How many times do we expect the other person to yield? Why not we be the person? It's a basic rule on the road. You yield to a vehicle coming by, otherwise you're going to crash. It's going to be a problem when we are trying to occupy a space that is not there. Something else has occupied that space and we're trying to occupy it. It's not going to happen. There's going to be clashes. There's going to be conflicts, isn't it? And we can apply that in our practical lives. You yield practically and reasonably. Again, the work keeps coming back to maintaining a balance. At the end of every session, the knees are tracked and we walk from that place, after getting the session. We'll get into more details into that later. I really don't have a plan. I'm not like, planning. I'm just in the moment here, and like I said, as things are happening, I'm just sharing. It was very beautiful, these teachings that were coming, and I think of all the times I did not yield. I could have, it would have become a better story. And I'm thinking, and they were seeing, is there any other place I need to make a change? Reflecting. And I was telling this friend about, I told her to yield, let the bus go, and then we'll catch on, but she didn't listen. So that energy is what we're trying to let go of. If we keep running with that energy that bullies us, that overtakes, that controls us, we're not going to feel good in the mind and the heart. There is a lot of joy and pleasure that we get by giving or giving in, not at the cost of hurting ourselves. It's not what I mean. The simple rules that are laid out for basic reasons of cooperating and sharing the space that we are living in here makes a big difference. One person changing their mind about something can change everyone that is connected with that mind and heart. Think about it. That whole network, that one mind and one soul, one spirit that is connected with everything changes. So when we snap out of this state of mind that we are in a spell, that things are bad, things are happening to me, and that is a one kind of selfish attitude. When we go on and on in that space, we don't even realize how much potential we might have inside to be able to be a better person, or to give, or to expand that mindset into something so vast and so beautiful that these little things don't even matter. It's a deception, illusions that cloud our minds. It's a song that came. So think about it. How much are we yielding? Even if it says yield, are we following that rule? Or are we fighting? What are we going to get by doing that? Think. We're not going to go with anything. We're not going to run away with any kind of that kind of a success, like coming up by putting somebody else down. It's not worth it at all. There's so many more beautiful things out there in life that we can practice and do and fulfill the life's purpose, which is living, breathing, enjoying, experiencing. Come out of that state of mind and find that part. It's not that you create it. You create a part that will wake up and smile and do something good, be good, because it's our nature. We don't really, we're not made to fight or all the time have conflict. That's not life. Think about it. Apply it in whichever way you can in your life. It's never too late to begin the work. So that was the message yesterday. It was a very sweet, short and sweet dream, and I hope I did justice. But like I said, I'll be thinking about it. There's only so much justice we can do when we translate something like that, a wisdom so beautiful, into words, and mistakes might happen, this and that. But like I said, the intention behind is to share what's happening here. It's helping me, these words, and thinking about it. I'm also changing every day, and it's beautiful to be in this new place where you feel good being in with your own mind. Feels good to live and love, which was not there for me before. I was not born like this. I'm made into this. There is a beautiful transformation that has happened, and I hope I'm putting it into good use. So yield if you have to, if you can, and receive. receive the blessings. That is also one of the meanings of yield, isn't it? The produce, the harvest. When we do our work, we get the result accordingly. Let's be honest and practical. You cannot do one thing and expect something else to happen. Let's be honest about it. Come awake, be aware. Be aware. Awareness is very, very important in this work, to be able to keep our eyes open and watch what's happening. Otherwise, we'll be spending our emotions and virtues into something that doesn't exist. Again, that part that keeps pushing us into delusions, deluded mindset. That's what we're coming free of. It'll come. The awakening will come sooner or later. We just have to keep doing the work, no matter how big. We're all in for a big blessing to come. That is my understanding. Any word or prophecy you hear or you see, you apply it in your own life. It's not like it's going to happen now. It's not, like I said, it doesn't fit into a box. You have to connect the dots as and when it happens. That's the war here. It's a different path. It may be narrow, but it's very clear, and it not connected with any other chaotic roads. So if a word comes or in a shape of prophecy or some kind of whatever it is, however you understand it, each one's life is unique. It's a unique masterpiece. Somebody telling you what to do might not be applicable. So it's a self's journey. Each one has to realize who they are, what they are in their life. Take some space, get out of the confusion, get out of the messy, thought. One drop of this essence is enough, right, to understand the nature of it. So, but if we are big and we are big souls and beautiful souls, it's going to take that much time to clean up the ocean. So we just let things happen as it's happening, and then eventually we'll get that space where we connect the dots. We remember His grace. We remember the experiences that has happened. Most of the time, not in our hands at all. We could not have even thought of such a blessing. It's so beautiful. So then we also learn to surrender. We learn to let go of all that rebellion, and it changes. It gets easier as you practice driving. It gets so much easier, and you're yielding without even thinking about it. You see, you get used to that kind of a person that you are. So let's yield and be prepared and be eligible, capable of receiving the yield also, which is blessings, grace. We do want our lives to get better, especially in this day, time and age. It will happen. Hang in there. It's going to be more beautiful than we can even imagine with our limited minds. Look into it. When you see something or something is showing you without you having planned that, before we dismiss it as something that is intruding our normal life, which we think is normal, could be something that is important or something that we really, really need in our lives. You never know. So, yield.